The biggest lie that they tell new dads is that you have to grow up and give up video games. They tell you there's no time. They tell you that you're too tired. And honestly, when you're staring at your 4K TV playing Bluey and Peppa Pig for the 6th hour in a row while your PS5 and PC gather dust in a corner, you really start to believe them. I'm another desk monkey that works in FinTech. I spend my days looking at spreadsheets and calculating ROI. And for a long time, the ROI on gaming was just terrible. Setting up my PC took too long. Doom scrolling my Steam library to choose the game that I wanted to play for 15 minutes today took too long. Loading screens took long. And by the time I was actually sitting down and playing, the baby was crying. And here's the solution. This is a Steam Deck OLED. And I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't a gaming console. It's a life raft. Welcome to the Naptime Dad. Today, we aren't looking at benchmarks or frame rates. We're looking at the only metric that matters to parents, return on time. Let's audit the Steam Deck. First, the capability. I play absolutely everything on this unit. It handles most modern AAA titles surprisingly well with FSR 3 or a different upscaler enabled, and the OLED screen makes colors pop in a way that makes my expensive desktop monitor look washed out. But here's a secret weapon, Moonlight. I have a powerful PC upstairs, but I have a tired back downstairs. By streaming my PC games to the deck via Moonlight, I get 4070 super level graphics and 90 frames per second. But the battery lasts for 6 hours because the deck isn't doing any heavy lifting. It's the ultimate dad hack. Then there's the nostalgia factor. Over time, I've turned this thing into a time machine. With EmuDeck, I'm finally finishing games that I started 20 plus years ago. Jak 3, Ratchet & Clank Deadlocked. There's something incredibly healing about playing PS2 games on a handheld while the rest of the house is asleep. It reconnects you with who you were before you had a mortgage. And unlike modern consoles that demand expensive proprietary drives, expanding the storage here costs the price of a lunch. I slapped a 500 gigabyte micro SD card in on day one. It's cheap, effective, and efficient. But none of that matters without the killer app. It's not the trackpads, it's not the Linux OS, it's the sleep mode. When the baby cries, or the wife calls, or a Zoom meeting starts, click, it's off. When the chaos ends, click, back in the game. Instantaneously. This feature alone has saved me hundreds of hours. It respects my time in a way that my Xbox or my old PlayStations never did. It passes the field test too. It goes on business trips, it survives family vacations, and let's be completely honest with ourselves. Sometimes you're in an online match and you cannot press pause, and nature calls. The Steam Deck comes to the office with you, and I've won many a round of Arc Raiders in the bathroom, more times than I care to admit to the internet. I originally bought the LCD model when it was launched, and it was great, but I upgraded to the OLED immediately once it came out. Why? Well, not just because I like the pretty colors, but very much because I like the pretty colors, but because the battery life actually outlasts my son's nap now. That extra hour is the difference between finishing a level and leaving it unresolved and having to go back and start over completely from scratch again later. So here's the final verdict. If you're a gamer dad who's trying to keep his hobby alive in 2025, this is the single best investment that you can make. It fits into the margins of your life instead of demanding you to carve out hours that you just don't have. But I'll be entirely honest with you. With a few external peripherals, we can make this machine even better. I have a stack of gear that's just arrived. Glasses, docks, mice, to turn this handheld into the ultimate naptime station. If you want to see that build, hit subscribe. And remember, naptime is game time, and the only grinding we do is for coffee beans. Catch you on the next one.